I give up. It's just...
And we think we might have figured out what went wrong.
So I'm going to go outside and hopefully not die.
Oh.
We will go over everything we've learned and everything we already knew and how we prepared. We're not going to leave you hanging.
Yeah, I get up and I may fall right back down, but your love lifts me back to solid ground.
All right, y'all. I think we're at now 11,300.
Some odd feet. They should have a sign up there. You might not be able to hear us. I'm guessing being up here it's windy, but whatever the height is, this is the highest either of us have ever been on land in our whole lives. This is it.
This is north of Cedar Breaks Monument. It's called Bryan Head, and we're fixing to go to the Bryan Head Summit. And just being up here, I mean, the views look amazing. We're gonna try to get as much footage as we can. Probably on the phone will turn out better than the GoPro, but it might be really windy, so the audio might not be great. Just be forewarned.
Alright, y'all have been places that call themselves Natural Bridge. Well, there's a natural bridge for you, but I would not recommend taking it because that's what it's hanging over. That's pretty high up there. It doesn't look safe to me, but that is pretty cool. Alright, y'all, I don't know what my phone's going to pick up here, but let's try it. The farthest hazy, fuzzy little mountains you can see in the background there, way off in the distance, that's Arizona. Alright, let's pan. Alright, the very farthest hazy, fuzzy mountains you can barely see on your big screen 100-inch TV, Earl, talking to you, buddy. In the background there, that is Nevada. So you just saw 3 different states, and of course we're standing in Utah. See, here's my foot, we're here. So you just saw 3 states standing in one place. Pretty awesome.
I'll have to look it up to see if there's history, but you can see like where it used to be like a tunnel in between these rocks, and the rocks kind of collapsed on it. So I wonder if back in the day when they built this overlook, if it used to be like a walkway for people to go out on, and goes all the way back up there, because we've seen it. It just looks kind of collapsed, and I'm kind of thinking that's what it was.
If y'all can use your imaginations, this used to be the outer wall. And in between here, do you see what used to be like a walkway? And if we were to walk with you all the way back up to the structure, it goes clear up there. All right, y'all, excuse the mess. We just got back from Walmart. We drove all the way up the mountain, and I like mountain driving. But this mountain is like, it's just like a kid with a crayon, like all the way up. That's what it feels like. But ask me how cold it was. Okay, it was really cold because when we got out of the truck, the winds are at 17 miles an hour, and it's currently, I watched it on my phone, go from 21 to 20 degrees, and it's getting down to a big fat 0. 0. We don't have any skirting, but we are prepared, but it is really cold outside.
I think the wind is what's making it cold. There's a big cold front hitting the country, but we're not as bad off as Colorado. I think they're getting snow and stuff. We're not getting snow up here, so we'll check in with y'all tomorrow and let you know how. Yeah. Will you stop being negative? Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what everybody else says. Should you be up there?
Oh yeah, and he's like, you want to let one of our friends know? I'm like, no, she's already read me the riot act, so I'm not saying, oh, by the way, it's going to be 0 degrees. No. No. Good morning.
Morning. How are y'all doing today? We're a little cold, so we're obviously here. The last time you saw us, which was a few seconds ago, what happened? We said it was going to be 0 degrees. According to my weather, it got down to 3. So we got a 3-degree grace. And when we woke up, the bathroom sink works just fine. In fact, the water feels rather warm coming out of it. It doesn't feel ice cold at all. The problem is what?
The kitchen one. The kitchen's not putting any water out.
0! We get nothing. Look, this is on cold. This is on hot. See? Lovely. Nothing. So I'm going to leave this on. I'm going to leave the water on. And I don't know what y'all think I should do, but I'm going to leave the water on. And I'm going, since I can't hear you screaming at your TVs, do this, do this. So I'm going to leave the water on, and I'm going to go outside with this, a hairdryer. I'm going to gently, on low heat, try to warm up the low point drains, and Sean's going to be in here and somehow let me know if water starts coming out of the sink. And if I never come back, then I turn into a popsicle.
And you've got your phone so I can text you, because look, y'all, let me show you. It's a mess in here. The windows are frozen, so I'm not sure if they would open, and I don't think we could leave if we wanted to, because the slide tracks are probably frozen.
Oh, and that's another thing. When you get frozen windows like this, which we kind of should have thought was going to happen, as they thaw, you're going to want to take a towel, a used towel, and wipe that water up, because water is one of the worst enemies for RVs. That is your worst enemy. You don't want that water there. So we're going to be on water patrol today too.
All right, y'all, we're braving the cold. I'm going to go out there and show you what Matthew's doing. This wind is horrid. Oh. It's cutting right through my jeans. There he is from this side, y'all.
I give up. It's just too cold. That wind is relentless. It won't stop. So I know we shouldn't leave the pipes frozen, but we're leaving them frozen because I just can't do it. It's just too cold for me. Maybe this afternoon when it gets up to like 29 degrees or something, I can do it. But now after breakfast, I've got to go hook up the generator because the furnace running all night long uses all of your battery power, which we had a feeling that would happen, and it did. So.
And we have pictures. I'll show you. Like, here's one that we use to fill up to help wash dishes and stuff. So we're just going to rely on the water coming out of the bathroom, fill the pitchers up in order to wash dishes, you know, when we clean up our breakfast dishes.
We got the space heater out. I got the generator on, so we're not going to run out of power. It's still really cold out there, but we noticed that this corner is really cold. And listen, here's what we figured out. The sink is here, and the low point drain is like underneath the bathroom. So the water is frozen between here and here. So we're going to try to heat up this section of it. And when the sun migrates in the afternoon to the west side, that's the west side, the kitchen side is west, then that'll hopefully double trouble for the cold, and hopefully it'll thaw out. When it starts to drip, then at least you're getting a little bit of water past that ice, and you just let it go. I've got it on cold right now, and eventually that drip will turn into a drizzle, and once it starts drizzling, it's all over. I'm actually hoping it gets into single digits again tonight. It's supposed to, and that's because I want to test our theory that, as Sean said, yesterday before we went to Walmart is the last time we'd ever used this kitchen sink. We didn't use it when we got home. We used the bathroom sink. So it sat there with the water in the lines frozen. Tonight, right before bedtime, as late as we can stay up, I'm going to one of us will come down here, use the kitchen sink. I'm thinking if you use it and get the water flowing at like 11 o'clock at night or so, and then when you wake up at 6:45, I'm thinking it should be okay. I want to test it. Praise God for the drip. All right, y'all. This is what it looks like when your pipes get unfrozen. There's a drizzle. And here comes the gusher. Yay!
Alright, y'all, another day in adventures of boondocking at 10,100 feet.
It's always something.
So we're busy working away, you know, busy little worker bees. And we just heard this loud thump. Was it like a thump noise?
Thump or a pop, or it was loud enough to know that something done happened.
Yeah, and we'll let Matthew discover what I kind of already seen. thing.
I haven't seen it. I don't even know where it is. I think it's on this side somewhere, but I was outside looking around for holes in the RV.
Y'all are gonna see Matthew's reaction at the same time y'all get to see it.
All right, where do I look?
Open that cabinet where
This
we keep
one?
the extra things, yeah.
Oh no.
Here, show 'em.
Oh, what a horrendous mess that is. Look at that. It couldn't even open on the top of it. It opened on the bottom.
Y'all, seriously.
Don't they understand people live at higher elevations? Can't they make that stuff better?
Oh, it kind of leaked out. It's all down there. Look under the TV, behind my pumpkins.
All right. Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say, y'all, we bought these bags of chips at the Cedar City Walmart, which is 5,800 feet. We came up 4,000 more feet, so I guess it just couldn't take the pressure anymore.
What an unholy mess. What a mess.
There you go, y'all.
What's next?
I don't want to take my decorations down.
Here, hand me the pumpkin.
Oh. Ow.
Oh no! I heard that and it was on film. Are you okay? Oh.
Y'all, I hit my head so many times on the inside of the RV, but he hits it on the outside.
Oh no, there's gonna be a dent in our slide now.
Cause, hush, it's all back there. I'm gonna take my pumpkins down. Hey y'all, it is a cold December day. Wait, it's not December.
It's
It's
October.
October because it's freaking cold.
At 10,100 feet.
We're having red beans and rice.
Look at this. And it's homemade from scratch, y'all. This is not out of a can. It's not frozen. It's from scratch, like dry beans and everything. And it's so easy to make.
If you want the recipe, you can visit our blog, BROKENDREAMSREBORN.com, and we will put the link down in the description below.
Yep, I think the section is called Travel Recipes.
Yes.
All right, y'all, so as you know, we've been here at the top of a mountain, 10,100 feet, and it's gotten down to 3 degrees above zero, and we're boondocking. So we're gonna share with you the things that we knew how to do to prepare and the mistake that we made so that you can winter camp and not be afraid of it. Let's get started. All right, y'all, the most fundamental thing you're gonna need when you're in the cold and you're camping or RVing is propane. Keep up with your propane. If you have a furnace like ours, which is propane fed and the fan uses a little electricity, you'll want to keep up with your propane. Where we are right now, we've sourced at least 2 different places that can get us propane. You always want to have that in mind. Okay, we are boondocking, but this is for our generator, so just ignore that. But the other thing outside you want to look at is your pipes, where the water goes through, right? So here's our electric hookup. Look beneath here. You see where my hand is, folks? These are our low point drains. It is the lowest point at which the water goes through plumbing. There's a cap somewhere in here if you wanted to drain your whole system. I have these. These are not pool noodles. These are actual pipe foam insulators. You can get these at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, True Value, anywhere. Get the ones that are actually meant for insulating. Don't get the traditional pool noodles. And all you gotta do is stick it up here. So as y'all can see, at the top of this, there's still a little gap. What you might want to do is take an old sock or an old shirt and wrap it around there. All right, y'all should see one more thing hanging down. Just right there. That's another one. That's the overflow tank, overflow for a freshwater tank. Same thing, y'all. You're gonna want the pipe foam insulator and just stick it up on there. It's regular PEX tubing, so any kind of foam insulating pipe foam insulator should work. All right, y'all, this is our battery bay. Now, this is really important when you're RVing in the cold. You want to have batteries you can trust, something you can rely on. You know it's going to work. Is it going to charge? Is it going to discharge? We have used these well below freezing. In fact, these will charge and discharge all the way to 0 degrees because of the battery manufacturer, the way they made it, and just to be sure, we have a battery blanket, custom made battery blanket, just this size underneath here. And it comes on when it's cold and it turns off when it's not needed. These batteries are also, they're Elevation brand batteries. Now these are made specifically for RVing. You know, RVing is like an earthquake going down the road, especially when you're like us and you go off-road. So these things are made specifically for that. That's why we got them. And we got them from a place called Solar Energy Systems of Indiana. Now, if you want one of these, this is not sponsored. They're not paying us to do this, except we have an affiliate link. And with the affiliate link comes a little love for y'all. We have a discount code. Don't forget the discount code. If you click on our affiliate link, grab that discount code, you'll save a bunch of money. And on top of saving some money, at least for now, I know that they're running a deal where you can get free shipping to anywhere in the lower 48 states. Now, you know shipping something this size would normally be pricey. So free shipping and using our discount code, saving a bunch of money. Again, we're not sponsored, but it's our affiliate link. And we have 6 of these bad boys. In fact, I wish we had a few more, honestly, because we're kind of power hungry. These are great. They even sell them, these are 100 amp hours each. They sell them in 120 amp hours each in the same physical size. It doesn't take up any more room. All right, something else that you're gonna need if you're cold weather camping. Yes, we have a fantastic solar system. We just showed you our batteries. But the problem is in the wintertime, the sun doesn't get very high in the sky. And right now it's very overcast. So you wanna have a generator backup. You don't need to have one like this. You could have a tiny one, whatever suits your needs. You could even have an RV that has one permanently put in there. As long as you have a functioning generator, you should be okay. Now let me show you what else you need. All right, this is our gas can for our generator. You're gonna wanna stay on top of this, just like your propane, folks. If you don't have gasoline or diesel, depending on what your generator needs, you're not gonna be able to use it. And these are our water cans. We got these at Walmart. Nothing special, 7 gallons each. Well, actually about 6.5. But the reason I'm showing you this is these are empty right now. We would never leave these outside if they were full because they could freeze. We had them inside our RV on a towel on the floor when it was super cold outside. That way they don't freeze. So peace of mind for us, it's not gonna be a problem because we fill those things to the bitter top because we want every drop of water we can get. So when they're full, they're at room temperature in the RV. Now they're empty, so they're out here. It's fine.
All right, now we're on the inside. One of the most important things is to always leave your heater on. We try to keep it on 55, so it will always turn on at 55, and that heats our underbelly because we have a heated underbelly. And next is we have tank heaters, which the controls are right here. It's red, it says tank heaters, and we just flip that on. You can see it lights up when it's on, and that heats up our tanks. We realized that this cabinet has our kitchen sink pipes run from the kitchen sink, the floor, and it gets really close to this wall, so that's where that pipe was frozen. So we leave this cabinet open at night now to warm up those pipes, and then we keep these cabinets open to get warm air so these pipes up under here don't freeze.
And one other thing, now this is a big mistake we made. We had gone to Walmart one night, and this is a night when it got down to 3 degrees. So we went to Walmart. Before we went to Walmart shopping is the last time we had used this kitchen sink. We hadn't used it again that night. So it went hours upon hours upon hours without being used. The water never moved through the pipes. Then they froze. We figured out right before bed, I don't care what time it is, right before your head hits the pillow, come downstairs or even if you're in a travel trailer, run this water 5 to 10 seconds. You can keep it, put it in a glass, put it in a pitcher, don't waste it, but run it 5 to 10 seconds on cold and then on hot because they're 2 separate pipes. And then do it again when you wake up in the morning. First thing, before you have your coffee, run this a few seconds, and that's gonna keep the water moving. Moving water is not likely to freeze. If you're in an RV park, you have an added bonus. You're probably hooked up, or you have a lot of water in your tank, you can just let it drip. We weren't gonna let it drip because we're boondocking, and that makes a lot of noise, just every few seconds when it comes on. So if you don't wanna let it drip, that's another solution we found, and we've never had a problem again, and it was in single digits for 2 more days, and we used that system and it worked.
And one other tip to add what Matthew did, I would do it for the bathroom too.
Yes.
The bathroom sink we always use before bed because we're, brushing our teeth and stuff. And maybe, because I've heard some people's showers are vulnerable to the shower wall. So maybe turn on the shower faucet right before bed too to make sure that water is run through there as well.
Now, a little disclaimer about this. This is just what we did. This is not a comprehensive guide. Your
Right.
RV may be different. Maybe your underbelly's not sealed. Maybe it's not insulated. Ours is not insulated. You could fix those things. Maybe you don't have good insulation in the walls. There could be a whole lot of variables. So do some more research specific to your needs. In fact, find your model, go on Facebook or online and find the message boards for your model and see what other people have done. But that's what we did for our Reflection Fifth Wheel 337, and it worked. So hopefully that helps some of y'all. And on the disclaimer, one more thing. If you're in sustained heavy winds and deep cold, you might also want to think about skirting underneath. It prevents the wind from going underneath. But look into that too, because that's a very popular solution for people who are in a long-term sustained cold environment. We're only here for 2 weeks, so it wasn't that bad for us.
And we're going to show you this tip later this afternoon when we go out and get prepared for leaving tomorrow. Matthew's going to go ahead and clear the roof tonight. We have no trees above us, but he's clearing the roof tonight and taking the Starlink down because
I don't want to slip off the roof and fall, because it's going to be really frosty. When it gets these temperatures, y'all, you get a hard frost at night. It's just what happens. Uh-oh, I'm standing on the slide. 8,000 people have told me, why would you ever need to stand on the slide? Well, I guess this is why.
Are you trying to create some controversy?
I've already created the controversy. I'm just trying to clear it up. This is one reason I stand on the slide. I can't exactly lay on the solar panels and lean over. So for all of you people who've been wondering, there's your answer.
And there's our sandbags, which the Starlink has never blown off with those sandbags.
So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm not a tall person, but I'm tall enough to where I can reach the top of this slide from the stairs. So I'm gonna shove Starlink right to the bitter edge, and then you'll see what I do downstairs.
Precious cargo, y'all. You have to be very careful. That's our internet baby right there. That's the only thing that allowed us to be up here this week, or these couple of weeks.
And just to be safe, there.
Coming live from the top of a mountain, y'all, 10,100 feet in Utah in November.
It's 38 degrees outside right now, and we're doing this for you, so I hope you appreciate it.
Yeah, we've been here. Tomorrow would have been almost 2 weeks, so we are leaving tomorrow. We survived. Can you believe it?
Y'all, when we had that frozen pipe, I wasn't sure that we were going to make it. Just because of that, but this thing has been a huge lesson to us. We've learned so much. It's been a great experience. Look at this. Look at this area. I mean, we've had this whole thing to ourselves. We've had a couple of people pop up here and there in the tree line that you could barely see, but for the since it hit 3 degrees that Saturday night, no one.
Yeah, the pond froze over a couple of days. I think it's thawed now. I don't think the ducks have come back yet.
No.
However, being this high up on the mountain, we have not seen any animals, like big animals, little animals. It's just birds. And then the bugs are starting to come out again, but not bad. We've seen like a fly here or there, but it's been pretty decent as far as insects. and we just haven't seen any creatures at all. The coolest thing, y'all, is you don't have to go down to Cedar City, which I think might take you 30 minutes from here. They have a little town called Duck Creek Village that is open year-round. We even talked to the guy that, I don't know if he owns it or manages the True Value hardware store.
I want to say he owns it because he sleeps in the back. He has a little room in the back of the store.
He lives there year-round. They're open year-round. He said they have 600, right? 600?
I think so.
Homes up in the Duck Creek Village area. He said 200 are residents. The rest are all like vacation rentals and Airbnb and stuff. So they have a little town up there where the True Value actually has grocery items and stuff. It's considered / a grocery store.
It's one of those one-stop shopping because that's all you got. There is a gas station up there too, but in the wintertime this year, they were doing some renovations. So we weren't able to see how good that was.
And they were starting to do a lot of road construction, which he said is the first time they've done it since 17 years.
Yeah, he said they filled in some 17-year potholes, but the reason is they were giving them fiber optic internet up here. Can you believe it? Way up here?
Oh, and they have a post office that's in a shipping container.
It's so cool because we were scouting something out and I'm like, well, there's a mailbox in the middle of nowhere and it's right behind a shipping container and then it had a post office sign on it. I'm like, wow, that's creative.
And it's also, I mean, it was a little, the thing about the wind here, it's windy, but it's not like when we were in Quartzsite where it was just ferocious wind.
Or White Mountain.
Right.
Where the whole RV was rocking back and forth because of the wind. It wasn't that bad.
We only had one night where it was a little bad, and that was a night that our pipe froze, probably because the wind just kept pushing and pushing and pushing the cold air on the sidewall of the RV where that pipe was that got frozen.
Yeah. And as we told you, we learned our lesson on that. So hopefully you'll just learn from our mistakes and don't repeat them.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed our spot here. And we're sad to leave, but we're excited about the next place we're going. Y'all have to stay tuned to see, are we leaving the state of Utah? Are we going to Arizona? Are we going to Nevada? Where are we going next?
Boy, I hope we figure that out.
I know.
We're leaving tomorrow.
Are we still going to stay where it's cold, y'all?
Now, I've seen on the news, y'all, it's cold almost everywhere except for you people in Florida. So...
Or Yuma. I heard y'all suffering with 90 degrees right now, so. You know.
Yeah, we have friends in Yuma. They're like, oh, it's not too bad, upper 80s. I'm like, no, I'll take 50s and 30s. Thank you.